Tattoo Lamine Yamal semna obi ka bi no. Lamine sem no de sese no crab akopɛ na pese me ka kyerɛ me ho. Me pese me dada me ho. Asem ya me be kan kapo Lamine onte. Na dem pese me kan nyina no asem kuma bi.
Okay.
Tina Lamine ente no doesn't mean say Nicolas me ne etiefo ne ahwefo di nkomo fa niema a keteli a player's career. But Lamine Muna Kaminya na same person me kama sem trend ya couple. Lamine should be very careful. Lamine Yamal should be very careful. You're inside. I was telling Steve say talent is different from intelligence. Na sisi no busa Samuel Jan, Steven Apia, Sule Muntari, John Pencil, John Benson, those guys no more are robots no Diego. They have a lot to tell you.
Yeah. They
have a lot to tell you.
In China, say as Baby Jet crowd on the interview, no busa say they regret your day and also a massive humanizing the idea back or obekase what affecting pa on the interview back. I said the whole candidate. They say Lamine is man asoba. That
is very, very true from Baby Jet. Yeah. If who was stage B na u free hono na o tie chira afa na wo hunu de na ekoso hono mo pa but o mu a ya na den se ubehunu kapo afutu ama me no papa de ama wo wi ase pa de ka o tie ni nyina kapo ko atwam ha. This is the reality about life. And sema ye ma me mo ye ofa mo ye papa mo ka kire ya so we no enke ye foni nyina pe e de bobra no a akasa bre ko atwam. But the minim sorry about football ne say emasem friends social media in a breaky place on my career.
Okay.
For asterisks eto injuries and a coaching system for toto home. And yema a breaky place on my career and yema 5 way but me say injuries and a coaches and system what no for me no for asterisks no the own for asterisks and to hono eye emasem social media and a friends the any dangerous pa friends the any couple are so dangerous now friends the no obia ka bi kire Yonko bonne se brapa
ya
ene ye na namo de but so ka so be more biblical Proverbs 17:17 ka the same thing about friends so yonko a ani je brem o show up no eni kwa sa o mani si ho a ho kire brem o mre yum e so asaso show up e wo
ai wo so okay the kwasem
na la media no onye very careful friends massem social media and stop Ronaldinho but a man crofobia no mo do Ronaldinho nei kasa Ronaldinho de kanya masma kanya bi ne mane mo Messi no the true lovers of Gaucho omo di Ronaldinho ho awraho ne yawo a omo di nsa ana fofode ne komu clubbing na fofode ne komu party na fofode ne komu omo do Ronaldinho nyina no omo busuefo e Ronaldinho na fofo
no ye yodio omo no ba akopa ba say o superstar no wa untimi nkope o
de ani do no ba
now senior me connect you back bi o connectors no omu ha adwen papa na da electric be kiki wo mu no
couple
connectors
we friends in free esin chan a master me another angle and so distracted now they are almost they sync together too no nanti two no nanti boom couple na de eye killer for this two no social media no ani ma mi ensa nyina Lamine Yamal wo ho so Lamine career na ye kan ye gigi no so ye bo na baso nyina no se bibi be stop no a injuries there so far how na say Lamine injuries this age obi akra injuries nya start here and a coach system ben na obo at this age because Lamine system bi ayu afri mu ntitra nchen Hansi Flick coach by Xavi gave him the opportunity. Hansi Flick by you and a darling boy. So systematically Lamine is not staying on the bench, but a massive social media friends. And you back could be your table. Maintain one of the lyrics, but I don't want our vibe no.
Yeah.
Or TikTok, the followers go to you do all that, but I'm an Cristiano Ronaldo mona council. No, ya no be na watch your manage you. na me fan say bre kra wala me ho me ntu Lamine fo so no ntimi ntu no ho fo na say me amete wontumi ha na me kasa me ko do Spain no pass abre a me na da me ho kapo ye ho Pele ye ho Maradona ye ho Johan Cruyff we've seen Zidane or far born him say Zidane achi obi antimi mabiem Zidane was the first player who used the word maverick at the man no mama swinty pa player mama te maestro be Pele but maverick magic before you use magic the man yesterday na Zidane or the magic no use word the magic no e dey diagra
severally
kwabra boy ya the commentary Zidane jebo maverick midfielder stalwart on the ball na o Lamine o ye hwan ya o na me high hwan no pa wuntumi me da ye kasa kakra kwa yie ye fata me nyina betufo mi brekra de tu Lamine fo do pe bia onye ne ho career na wo ho sa no career no couple
Lamine asna so odin
e wo anam say couple look when we wind and from my ebo no ya wo hu ba bia from aneko wo hu no ba bia from aneko
Bobo ana nika dano to dano konse ni coach training ni coach course Romano
na niema ekwa ensa ma back bio no ba ko pa di mutintiman e opportunity foforo ne beba de twam ko ne de unya bio e tese wato agyan de wato no wato ko just wato foforo ne be follow things that don't return unya enya je wo free won sam say kwa agyan je no ho a wo sa atimi som opportunity a gin in some neck no no na me 50 minutes ya dey man family to Lamine for no we've seen players super talents come up at some point bibia ba distract you whatever it takes bibia ba distract you so futu couple Lamine I am a simple football fan you are craft for eja ball no me da so chase other players Maradona job no me da so chase other players I am always fishing for quality I'm always looking out for quality players but one thing I will tell this guy ne say enema bebre wo wi ase ni nyina no ade be you apie your talent no na mom de be you apie talent be before be purify no it goes through lot of processes I was a gold ye gugu say ye tu the form no na nya shemshem say you na ye bo no bia horo ne nsa na di so guso horo ne nsa
hwe ama na be
ayi bia be guso di guso na akeka som akeka som na mo de ko akire ho no makoy se bo ho na dane kurukuru bi na mo de aba
process
lot of process and so no bo say that couple con the gugu chema mo nsa no processes are formal so you need to be purified na man focus a Messi papa kan ho ne ma papa kan ho ne ma ne papa no ne na ma ne ma still awasoro people still feel say name our rich potential couple woman make kan ho no papa kan ho no de ya ne brand obeti o who wants to listen to you will listen to you without even uttering a word do person tie wasem no o ota word obeti ne ma ne papa ne ba you know baba bra ba ne ma wansesa na couple ne ma wansesa ne ma sesa ma some point cry yes one soro Messi
Bocha chow nam club on the
ne papa kan ho at some point when you have money gives you power it will your papa won't your papa but me apartment be your town unko na re your lie sika bia papa no ma me hia bia de mom nti ba bia our apartment no no uni ho adanfo bi na da ho o be ba no afreka ku ya mom clean 3-bedroom apartment you nko na ye ho na beda ko hunu beda control bia sika o ne nsem so Lamine do no mo ne bra o no mo ne bra di betun bia ye wo ha la man say how da so produce foforo na 50 minutes we na me couple ntwa mo free Lamine ho me feel Lamine ho akra kutu anya me shira talent akofa 29 years no what test no catch say o catch me choy Lamine as a perfect hey perfect
bia dem
omo fa picture na lady na run ho no fa mra akwa we pa
o mo adana mo ye Lamisa maybe ono so ni favorite no so we are say the obi a wo de ope o
so we try person catch Lamine no me kapo be dum me mic no
obi a wo de ope akomia wo Steve wo de timu wona na mo pesa mo sham so
you see any advice but football near the global game a lot of people enjoy and he's a talent post Messi, Ronaldo. We've always been craving for players that sort of vibe when watching football. And for the last couple of seasons, he's shown say he has that quality so bit to me. But the man Lamine some and say I don't see a name. Name so name mania issue or baby France crack as or raping.
Yeah.
So what I say. And Lamine is also a black boy. Now new thing can about yenti injury but lifestyle and habits at the injuries bred footballers. Meaning player be a na the orphan so ti there be a no enya growing. So what I say it was started 17 years there. And go if you just hear somehow to he is a black boy. Lamine is a black boy. So every professional becoming Lamine you need to be disciplined. Without discipline, potential and talent in the dual your musicians be an pa. But in Sariene and I do one nan so what I say. So yentimin tunofo but ye can be 2 year nyame di ache de ne obeche mpaibo ne bi bobi wo Chinese Buddhist for the omo language bo Hausa for kan omo de Nzema for kan omo de nti kasa no doso eduru ho no ansan wo de na don't joke with it.
Okay,
yeah,
good advice. Very good advice.
And you company come your house on the biala.
Oh kakaka Lamine
pani wo fie na pani ni hwe kwa so abahwe
Lamine no papa na also take responsibility
papa no so gina nipa papa no de papa no nye izo
also get 22.
The story could be true, the story could not be true,
of course, that
dependent
one
on omu nkwa nim de omu share na
omu di yeah
what you say.
Yeah,
but baby ejina say no me no enye aha na bia obeka futu bia chele Lamine Yamal ma bebeti ana bibisa. But in the context of the discussion we are having, the perfect example to how parents are managing among players, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, almost stardom, no, almost fast one the way their parents protected them.
Yeah,
it is expected, say the parent, I do a club never any part, but oh, your mommy, oh, your papa, this is the moment. Ababa one to call we was someone I'm
yeah.
Intokwa we kura na wose mu ana mojeko akura no onyandru baby wose mu jane pedemano
and ye bibi
yeah. Oh, but you look at this tennis player, I think Yannick Sinner na meboa edru maybe or bot tennis ni we ni sika ni bibi o mama no papa ne go through.
Yeah,
professional tennis player ni bibi mama ne che ne se fa you see even obo be ware no obo ne te kro mutimi ka che ne se omo ko shopping na you see they need to keep a very close eye. Akura we ni ehwe ne doso atamfo so doso bebre
no correct to mo man in kono
na ni unim clubs a hold we pese ne from boba
yeah no crap o to format bebre ni beje go share mo
everybody is waiting to say anka say we won duru ba bia obi epe the parents will need to take strong responsibility for whether it is true or not. The parents should take responsibility for akodani PR. Now the Jude Bellingham money Mbappe mu for their PR. Positive PR. Now Jude etimi kan you be say wakodi obi adoye wakoye say wako then na it is positive PR. Mbappe ni maame amra money PSG nya issue. What is Mbappe kasa?
David.
Esu de bia o maame.
But tinidin.
No maame jinam.
Yeah.
No maame kasa. No maame jinam. They need to protect everything around akoda no. Adwera bi ososo ni o maame.
Yeah.
Iti akora ne de no omo mani nko no.
This obedience.
And komo bi won ma the parents will be able to pick it up. We pe maame ne nkomo na papa ne nkomo no agye agirem.
Mama bua no.
Ti opani na no to mudi ane ya transfers ne.
Mate, enwe kakra.
Cole-Parmer the Chelsea for year no personally mempe.
Ade.
Cole-Parmer is still a young boy. Cole-Parmer is still a young boy. He's not established yet. He's done some massive job for Chelsea. But next Cole-Parmer jai boba, there na wo de beka Cole-Parmer. Let's assume that Cole-Parmer jai boba is a CA. There na wo de beka Cole-Parmer. Mason Mount or Hefa. How many times do we put Mason Mount on the table? But at some point, oh sorry no bano, not Chelsea be crown.
Yeah.
It will be referee maker. At some point, Chelsea be see Mason Mount. So the people felt say Mason a drew The football has to take you through lot of stages. A lot of stages, and each stage be out at the adefo for neighbor. Na Cole-Parmer the day time because Chelsea fans into a mobile kakrane say one, he's a very young boy, came into a young squad and naturally became a leader. Not a leader in terms of organizing the dressing room, giving speeches on the field. Hey, not in that perspective of leadership. But leader as in goal scoring production.
Okay.
Onu Cole-Parmer any kreti, onu Cole-Parmer any the ball good net, onu Cole-Parmer free kick back, penalty back, set pieces. So virtually Cole-Parmer was the leader of the Chelsea side, even though Enyo na chichira homano, but he was a leader. But leader in what regard? Team nuntinsi kwan so. Inconsistency in the dorsum. Then 1 or 2 players are performing. At some point, that player also become out of form. At some point, somebody has to get the best out of him.
Yeah.
At some point, so also chiko off for I so be judge money. Now him say born na ye born there be na Pedri abobo. Key moments and your point ever.
Yeah.
But Frankie or Casado or somebody around or no Pedri no gets the best out of him.
Sure.
Cruz. Ni nkomo bi obedi wo wiase bia ni Renfi Casemiro ni Modric da. Varane nkomo bi obedi wo wiase bia on career mu no ni rent me fi Ramos. Sign of football net here. PK Puyol had to bring the best out of PK. Ekobo bia Ferdinand bedi bia Bobo Village di Carvalho nkomo bia no obedi Obobo JT di. Enye na no na Chelsea start Casedo ne Fernandes partnership.
Yeah.
But who gets the best out of Cole-Parmer? It is individually the team no ye kakra in the final third, then he purifies it. Oh, you better pona Cole-Parmer the numbers in here. But why are we judging Cole-Parmer with solely numbers? Why are we staying true to just numbers in Kwadintia? Cole-Parmer is not a natural finisher. He's a number 10 who has the capacity to add goals to the style of game now the match Chelsea for no. So if you December, but I share 3 goals, I said 3 assists, need 2 goals. Oh, please.
Same here how he started. Also by
it is what he says a young player. There how he started, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Young players are like that. Young players be expectant of that situation.
Okay.
Young players, they cannot get up. No, cause smooth to sound. Bibi something would change of coach, small knock, be play be on the bar, efa pamano, or play for be about shim on 10 year born and job on man in something. Now Chelsea team, he said we are not chop and change kakra with the final third one more. So Chelsea would really have to calm down for Cole-Parmer. Nane krokra no. Okay, so what talk Cole-Parmer now? Oh man, Bremen in gra. Why now the nation? Some common had met to us to do Jackson dear no Chelsea fancy your more someone that's what John Terry money Didier Drogba. You still don't have Malouda. You have a young team. Give the guys some level of patience to grow collectively.
Why? Nico.
No, Chelsea squad. No.
Okay.
France no more brain for you. Boys no a young squad. Oh.
You be more person nyini there. Nico Jackson or person nyini.
Record no. Record no. Well, but the band why?
And no kwa but new games are all born the output. And input.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
At my club no. Who is a chance be bro their money still.
Chance in here.
Playing time.
On Chelsea fans pamon check Didier Drogba season be o ma double the guitar. Season we share 8. Season we share 9. Didier Drogba oba ni season we ka 2 bomwa ni goals no kra ndu MC 15. But another he's a standard call for Chelsea number 9 for Ebenyina. You can opa mamima up F breath na ball Didier Drogba too. Oba who ni goals a washe. Season 8 paltry 8. Now Banidini huge. It's in the kind of once a Chelsea fans in the ball. Jackson, how many seasons you have Chelsea? Number 10 Ben on a ball consistently. Wingers Ben on my ball consistently. Now the crack is he a natural center forward and a Chelsea and no cotton number 9 ho. Scarcely a Chelsea to find Kuku. Oh, couple. Nkunku ne Jackson. Why no Obano established? I want these guys to help me. I come here. Nkunku Jackson, but how no established?
Nkunku na Odi.
Only Bundesliga player of the season or the buy.
Yeah.
Orban in the position all Bono or the buy. Jackson was a second striker, but I'm also only the line.
Yeah.
na Nkukuni Jackson when Chelsea for man pressure. Nkukuni Jackson when we train. No, Chelsea for calm down from Jackson. If you lose him today, you will have to replace him. But be obakono. That's also a survival. The point I'm trying to put here is say, Maresca here Juma in trimming down the squad to this particular shape way. Now some more year demand dia bosodo. More year demanded your moon to me fama. In Crunch bien one man the memory as met me abu Mayweather. In Crunch bien who had the memory as Yamity met me abu Mayweather. In Crunch bien who Mam Crash and Apple bomb penny of Mr. come home. Meet me on oh, these guys are so young. And as the Chelsea as a club, and I enjoy success. Until when says say we mudeba, but Madueke, Mudrik Mo, Neto, Jean Felix, Caicedo, Fernandez won the World Cup. Best young player of the World Cup. No man. Semi-established. Oh, Casa would semi-established. If you leave the game today, the game forgets about you. But Pele left the game how many years ago, and we still bring these guys back. By example, and then the first we established. Madrid Kemunya established. They should grow collectively and then individually. No more diaba. In my opinion, Thomas Partey corner or free Arsenal. No, somebody is Zubimendi Shaw a perfect replacement.
Okay.
As to how the guy fits into the EPL, another question to be discussed. But within the Arsenal setup on the day, Mikel Arteta bringing a Spanish boy midfielder. Now when Mikel Merino more already in the ranks, you know. I feel say Zubimendi to replace Thomas Partey no, and yet life for life though. But in terms of profile, on the day, Zubimendi so close. Couple, I'm saying you am so trained. My mom can say be name me that. And yet the but all cast of my brain so we in the break akro mo dia. More stories in boa.
Yeah, no crap.
Friend, vet about Liverpool share near mama. Omo de to. Omo museum ho say na no ye Champions League free space ho. We so no ye free mo ho. We fa san ka shekakra. Ujo dia na do saka. Who nie?
Asemo. Miza.
Yes.
Ye ni nkomo kakra.
Na me pese me focus kakra ekoso no. Aye the battle between the Southern American and America versus Europe. You see, there's no doubt say the hub of football is Europe. Now the many stories of football in Yinano are written in on the continent of Europe.
Okay.
And they defining who is the greatest, who is the minnow. But your talent pool and quality. Say your 80 players are mainstream Europe. Abe make it name Nidia. The continent of South America and as America in general, they be a produce be. But all share competition yeah boya. Based on the winners of this competition, you can then say the FIFA Club World Cup is solely made for Europe and then South America because obe check past winners obenya national Flamingo obenya a host of Brazilian clubs at omofa competition. Or the omoto ncheya you get the European contingent almost apike the trophy. So the battle between the two natures they are the continent itimi winning competition.
Okay.
African Fabi, Asia for no and Fabi.
Good.
But when I open up a bit because the scope I invite more of the Southern American teams, Abem. Unlike say previously, they will start somewhere and the Europeans will join midway. Winning here, we are starting from scratch, and they are all giving themselves a chase for the competition. And no, Mike can't be bad. I think Semen and the Bayadrian say about the right time for the Southern American teams, because Omo League, air coso, and they've entered I think with 12 or so. So a chess players, the competitive edge, I was through. That said, I feel the quality are almost possessive on field, Every more cry, I was through, especially all the Chelsea test case. I was through Cratcher and Chelsea.
Okay.
Team normal bono. You can notice that an observer as a pure quality, the desire to fight and challenge for every ball for Flamingo team or Chelsea boy. So and your continent yeni beko eyeballs and beko kesiye. But whenever a player from that continent area the hub of football, which is Europe now, yeni enjoy where he's coming from.
Sure.
Now the platform now be bigger and they are just showcasing what they are made of. Now say almost Anton plays cheap. because Estival no crow about Chelsea no in the region of 65 million euros.
Yeah.
So tapping into other qualities from other countries, Brazil, no, they have that quality.
Good.
Libertadores, and watch checking the last winners. Palmeiras, Munina, AGB in recent year, Flamengo. So the Brazilian teams are actually performing very well. That is why all the time, no, they are going to that continent in recent years, picking out the outstanding players, everywhere. So Chelsea game, before the game, I told most Chelsea fans it was going to be a very difficult game. We be a real test for Chelsea. And if Chelsea beat him standing the test of Flamengo, it means they are working something. But unfortunately, Omo and Timmy survive, Omo lose it 3-1. Very disappointing, but I feel they are meeting a good side Omoba competition at the right time. Flower and Vets eventually Abe official.
Yeah.
You see, if quality be and talent be not guided by your parents, it means that you are closer to success more than failure.
Okay.
Because Flower and Vets need free a family of people that are so much into sports, especially football.
Yeah.
Into the new bar penny Juliana and also ball football for Werder Bremen. And from the infant age, the formative years, guided by ne Papana to FC Köln to Leverkusen. Now the skill set are Brante we Ekitano unlocking defensive holes, there I was 3 years. But such players, tactically, you can't put a handcuff on them, which I don't expect. And a slot sell OBS idea.
Okay.
Because such players, you don't easily find them. They have something different. But at the end of Liverpool Championship, now I say they are so much obsessed with getting players fixing here and there. Liverpool team, and your team in here major surgery. Some other clubs are. Why would the parent decide on Liverpool? And the reason me say is simple.
Okay.
Now to choose Bayern Munich, you can't trust Verson company. Say the next phase of Laurent Vets, obey me Amanabaso because of a rookie.
Yeah.
For Real Madrid, the coach is moving into a team solely Galacticos.
Yeah.
They will perform in a way certain names be what they should start ahead of Encrophobia for commercial purposes. Say Manchester City now person okwa. Manchester City a club. Share Pep Guardiola signings are why lately. Typical of the signing but Matheus Nunes publicly because he's not cut for a Juma or person than a year.
Correct.
The father would not want the son not to be subjected to such comments. Until he will not decide for Manchester City. But Liverpool provided a healthy environment for him to make it to the next level. And I said, who players be about Liverpool recent years are improving. So most like the flavor of the lives yet. But he is the engine of Liverpool in terms of the energy levels.
Yeah.
Now players are free Germany, about Liverpool recent years, results not saying. Joel Matip was a success. Emre Can has been a success.
Sure.
Oshe Abrantia na friends Zobos la meba nidin. Onye failure.
There we go.
Even Wataru Endo, onye starter, but he's Mr. Reliable and efficient.
Yeah.
Anytime I want opportunity to play, you see, say he is performing.
Yeah.
So players are above from Germany, they have fertile grounds. So meet me a thriving in Omu game, Then you go back and check the big money moves at Liverpool, which is Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, now I share Nunes, now I share Zoboslai.
Okay.
But for Nunes, on the end of the say, on one Casano born, Casano no intimi make it to the next step. Most of these big money buys in are flourishing at Liverpool. And Liverpool club in here a lot of surgery. Team no order that. So what your more signings are areas of Liverpool here will be and or more tall Marshall. But this gentleman presents a different dimension to Liverpool's attack. Liverpool team now a bit rigid in a way. There are certain games that you will need somebody with that fluidity in the game. I bet me open up the tightness of defense. That has been teams that Liverpool always struggle against, especially during the time of Klopp. Anytime Liverpool be share teams with low block, no, a difficult. Either Liverpool about draw and I say we just lose the game.
Yeah.
But he is welcome. Now, the big money move, and in Yama Germany, no, he is coming as one of the players in the last 2 seasons were ending up as the best player in the Bundesliga. So Liverpool is signing a best player, but he will be put to test in the Premier League. And on Kwana measure say Florian Wirtz as early as what Johnny Liverpool no, he can live up to. But the club now he's guaranteed success in terms of on one game, no? Because the records are there to show say Omo recent years no enya flop. Enya flop cry at Liverpool. So Florian Wirtz welcome, and the Premier League enya a star.
Yeah.
DB before Froba, KDB call. So you need somebody or still be maintaining the headlines Premier League enya globally. So Wirtz will do the job under Ancelotti.
Okay, thank you. May I say Stephen Boadino no Liverpool.